Student engagement is an amazing, important issue that we need to be looking at for our global economy. When we think about student engagement, we think about students interacting, sharing information, knowledge base, corresponding with each other. And what we know is the business world has become more of an interactive world as well. In education, we tend to look to Bloom's taxonomy. So we think about knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. He put that together in 1956. It's one of the few strong research-based strategies we stand by today. And why we do that is we want our students to be at those upper levels. We want them to be able to actually interact with each other, to synthesize information, evaluate information, really talk about what learning is and what they've accomplished, what their knowledge base is. Most important characteristics of a differentiated classroom, we really need to focus on the individual. Teachers need to think about every single child in their classroom and come up with strategies, intervention, learning opportunities so that every student can be successful. Another area we need to think about when we're really moving forward with differentiation is we're going to have those highest of learners and we're going to have those emerging learners, the ones who aren't quite at the level. And as we move to have them interact together, we need to think about having our higher learner with somebody who's about right here, more of a mediocre, and our mediocre learner more with somebody who's right here, so we can have rich conversation. Because if we have a child who's the very lowest in the class with the highest in the class, the frustration level there, we can't do anything with it. But if we differentiate our learning and make sure that these students have a chance to interact and these students have a chance to interact, everybody's gonna win. We have a term in education called fidelity, and the concept behind fidelity is that I implement the strategy the way the researcher originally intended. So when I look at Common Core is basically an opportunity for teachers to develop learning, an opportunity for teachers to share knowledge. But the way that they develop learning and share knowledge is very different than what we've done in the past. So it used to be that I was up there sharing all the information. I'm basically the direct instructor of the chorus that's happening. But now I'm the facilitator. I'm the background person. I'm getting my students in small groups and having them interact with each other. I'm allowing them to explore, allowing them to engage, and allowing them to be the ones to make the decisions about what we learn next and in what sequence we learn. Same information, but we've moved forward. And Common Core has allowed that to happen. The most surprising thing I've learned as I talk to teachers across the country is they don't realize that there are research-based strategies out there, and they don't realize the importance of using research-based strategies. I find that teachers tend to talk to their friends and use what the person next door is doing, which isn't all bad, but the problem is they're not focusing on their outcomes and the students that are in their classrooms. And when teachers take the time to really focus on student outcomes, that's when we start to see a difference. When we can tell that learning has occurred, when we see success in a classroom and students are able to articulate and talk about what they've learned, share the information, now we're getting somewhere. Today I'm hoping the teachers walk away with several engagement strategies that they can use immediately. So for example, we explain to them strategies such as tell, help, check, think, write, pair, share, using the magic wand, using give one, get one. We gave them a plethora of strategies. I was able to give them the name of the strategy, detailed information about how to do the strategy, and then they actually participated. And my hope is by participating, they're gonna go back and wanna use that strategy with their own students. Because it seems like when we have a feel for it and we're able to interact, it's so much easier then to share with others after we've experienced something. If I had a magic wand, what I'd change about education today, I'd take away the isolation from teaching. Teachers went into this field thinking that I'm going to have my own classroom, and it doesn't work that way anymore. We're in a system where we need to collaborate, we need to be sharing, we need to share our expertise, our knowledge, we need to talk about students and support each other in terms of how I can provide differentiation and ideas that will coach the student in a direction to where they are attaining knowledge. And that doesn't happen in isolation. And I see too many teachers who just want to go and close the door and do it all on their own. And we have so much research to show that collaboration is the way we need to move forward. You know, in the perfect school, we would have a focus on college and career readiness. We would be looking to the future. We would have students that are interacting, they're socializing in a way that they're using academic discourse, their vocabulary is strong, and they're looking at knowledge all the time. And what would that look like? There would be a buzz. The school would be just, constant conversation happening. Students would have fun. They'd be sharing information with each other. I was in a recent history class that was using project-based learning, and the kids were just so excited to be able to share with each other what's happening, and that's the way schools should be. We should see education as fun. We should see education as something that we can take on and use later on in our professional life. And the only way we're going to get there is to use that opportunity while they're in K-12 school to enjoy learning so they continue learning and move forward.